Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently thinking about attacking Lebanon. And I want to stop this drill because, well, it's going to be a couple of months, right? How many months is it going to be? 1.44 per month, so it's going to be like 4 months, something like that. Yeah, I think stopping the drill is fine. So that looks good. And the question that I have right now is, how long until we can seize land again? 5 years? Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a while. So we should work on getting our opinions up, no doubt about that. We can set an agenda in like 4 years. So that's just going to have to drift. Al Said wants to do a royal marriage? Sure, I'll accept that for now. We'll come back to them later on, I'm sure. But for right now, what do we want here? Combat bonus and terrain of capital is interesting. Allowing transfer subject peace treaties, I guess that's fine. I don't think we're actually going to use it, but none of those are terribly amazing. Jerusalem is in drylands, so we'll see. Maybe I'll regret that, but for now, I think it's fine. So if I recall correctly, we had decided not to go for National Bank, and we were instead, well, we are pretty ahead of time. I think that was before we got this. But we wanted to save up for coring. Right, because we're going to be attacking these guys up here, and they might be... We might be able to take a lot there. We'll see how much admin power that takes. This is 15 admin power here. -2 national unrest is pretty good. I'm going to take that. We're at -4 from our stability, so that offsets it by half, right? I knew there was some reason I didn't want to spend the admin power, but that'll do it. Okay, so at this point, we are next month tick going to be ready to do this. There we go. So now we are going to fabricate a claim on Lebanon. There we go. And we want to declare war on them. They're in a separate war. We need to tick, though. We don't want to take 85 aggressive expansion for a no-CB war. Stability effects -3 is free city. That's interesting. Okay, so that's good to know. We'd only actually take 1 stability hit. Because we're at -2 right now, the cap is -3. But this would be 51 aggressive expansion because presumably of the free city. So that's a lot of aggressive expansion. Is Homs a free city? How do we tell if something's a free city or not? Is there... We know that they're part of the HRE. Where's the indicator for whether or not they're a free city? So, hypothetically, if we were to attack Homs, we have no CB. So, yeah, they're not a free city. We can tell here in the diplomacy. If we go to Lebanon and we tried to revoke their free city status, that would cost 5 imperial authority. So we don't want to attack free cities. There are 8 of those. Okay. So that's a bit problematic. No doubt about that. I wonder about attacking Gaza. I would like to link up with Sharkia, for sure. So that would be a good thing to do. And we've got Syria down here too. I'm assuming that we don't have a CB on any of this. That is indeed correct. So we would need to fabricate claims down over here. This being a free city definitely impedes us somewhat. We could go for Palmyra. They are not a free city. So I'm going to not improve relation. I'm going to start building a spy network up over here then. So we need to pull this guy back, and we need to get back to drilling. Okay, that's unfortunate, but that does mean that we could spend this admin power on something. And I want to put this into National Bank. So that's going to reduce our inflation. And that's great. That also gives us Imperial Authority Growth Modifier plus 10%. It's very negative right now, so that's not terribly surprising. Mostly this is due to heretic princes. And we just need to continue to annex princes. That's what that means. So that's fine. We're just going to continue to work on that. So we're going to get quality ideas eventually. This is going to be missionary strength, national manpower modifier, shock damage received reduction, religious unity, manpower recovery speed, and infantry cost. Okay. To be honest, those are fine. I'm not going to call them horrible, but I'm not going to call them great either. We'll lose 10 prestige. Prestige is... I want to have prestige, but for the time being, it's fine. So we definitely want to come out over this direction. We're currently doing this in Palmyra, so we want to come up this way and open up another front here, and then have a front down here, right? Ming had the earthquake of 1496. Good for you, Ming. That's not good. They don't want that. I'm sure it's fine. So we're currently making 4 ducats per month. What is our corruption root out at? We could drop that down slightly. Okay, that looks good. Half a point means that we're going to be done with this in, like, what, 17 and a half years or so? Thereabouts. That's not bad. Lose some dip power. That's okay. We can definitely lose some dip power. I would love to get a diplomatic idea going here. I don't feel like there are good diplomatic idea trees, really, all that much. Espionage, diplomatic, trade ideas are okay. I mean, exploration ideas are great if you're going to do colonization, but we're not. Maritime ideas are potentially interesting if we want to go heavy navy, but, I mean, it's me. I don't do that. I ignore navies as much as possible. That's just how this works. There's influence ideas here, which would be great if we were having vassals. But we can't vassalize these. And then there's court ideas, which, I mean, that's not terrible, I suppose. But they're not fantastic. I think we'd end up going with diplomatic ideas. But even then, it's quite mediocre. So there is that. So we're up to about half of our spy network completion. That looks good. I want to move these guys up over here eventually. I'm waiting until after the month tick to do it. And we're going to move them right on up. And we're going to re-drill them. Now, we are taking attrition here. So we should actually probably move back to Damascus. We're going to miss a tick here. That's okay. Rebellions out here. Okay. What do we got going on for our provincial unrest? Syria is at 70%. So Ma'an is at 33, or rather at 3.3 right now. We could boost the autonomy here. This is 3 from separatism, non-accepted and heretic culture, religious unity, and of course, our perennial friend, negative stability. So that's not terribly surprising. What happened here? Our heir died? And everybody entered golden eras. Okay, perfect. So what do we want to do now for the levy here? So the nobility would lose some loyalty here. I think that's probably fine. This is way too much money. I don't want to put that kind of money into it, especially with that 10% national tax modifier. That's not great. So we're just going to take a bit of a hit on the nobility opinion. They were already way higher than all of the other opinions, so this is putting them more in line. So I think that's fine. Okay, losing 50 diplomatic power or 2 imperial authority. We don't have any imperial authority. Why could we see the Empire of China all of a sudden? I guess we met them when they got their earthquake. Good for them. Okay, so that seems fine. I'm probably going to lose the 2 imperial authority that we don't have. So that doesn't actually do anything. Do we want to use the military as workforce, or do we want to spend money? Obviously, the choice here is to use the military as a workforce. We're going to lose 6,000 manpower. It'll be back in 6 months. We're over cap anyway. We don't want to spend 93 ducats when we can just use a completely abundant resource like manpower. So that seems wonderful. So our income is pretty okay. I want to boost that up further, of course. Navigator, ship durability, okay, whatever. That's fine. I want to check in here and see what we have for constructions. So if we were to build a workshop, there is a good location for a workshop. No good locations yet for a synagogue, but that may change. It's getting kind of close. Okay, after this month tick, I'm going to stop this drilling. We are going to go to war. We are going to go to war. And we're going to attack these guys up here. Are they Jewish? They are Jewish. Okay. So they're not a heretic prince. That's fine. I think the heretic princes are mostly down here and, like, out over this way. So that's understood. We need to expand into those areas. So if we were to look at, say, these guys down here, they're Jewish. Cairo is Jewish. Delta's Jewish. Yeah, this is all absolutely fine out here. This is still Jewish. This is Orthodox. So that's a bit of a problem. They're part of the HRE, and that, of course, needs to change. So we can look at the religious map mode to try to figure out where that's the case. So there's Sunni down here. Are you part of the HRE? Yes, you are. We should build a spy network down here, but I'm still going to attack up here. So that looks fine. 8 heretic regiments in Spoleto. So that would be right up over here. Let's have these guys get moving down this way. And we're just going to wait till after the month tick. And in fact, do we want them to be here already? Probably. Okay, so this is currently at... this is probably enough morale. Okay, perfect. So that looks fine. We'll move these guys back down to Rome and get them back to drilling. Excellent. So that looks good, and at this point, we are now ready to fabricate a claim up here on Tadmor. Now, in theory, we should be able to attack this relatively okay. So Shamar would join in here. Shamar is these guys. They are Jewish. Okay, who else would join? That's these guys up here. They are Orthodox. Well, that province is Orthodox. Their actual state religion is Jewish. So we probably don't care too much about that. Okay, so we'll declare war on this for now, and that'll be absolutely fine. I'm not going to bring in our allies, I don't think. Well, actually, maybe I will. They don't expect to gain anything from this war. We'll call them in. Okay, we're going to attack here. And these guys, they're back to drilling. So that looks absolutely fantastic. So we're just going to keep this army group together up here. I'd like to get this siege dealt with, and we're going to hope that our ally deals with this. And actually, this battle looks very good. I'd love to see a siege here on Tabuk, and I'd love to take Tabuk. But we're going to be a little bit occupied with these guys up here, is the problem. Maybe we'll allow our allies to handle this up here, and we'll go down and fight Tabuk. That may be for the best. What's going on here? Why are we sieging Baghdad? Oh, that's Jewish rebels. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. So Ancona wants a royal marriage. We'll accept that for now. That seems good. And we're currently at 0% here. Now, we should start thinking eventually, and we're currently net negative financially. That's fine for the moment. We should start thinking eventually about increasing our our cannon backline. And that's definitely something I want to do eventually. But I don't think we're quite there yet. Godefroy, huh? Okay, 342 is mediocre stats. That's literally middling down the line. Okay, that's fine. It's a little higher on the diplomatic. I would prefer either military or admin, but whatever. We can shape that as we need to. So that's okay. So, as a hypothetical, if we were to take just this, who's angry? No one. Okay, that's actually surprising to me. Well, let's head down and siege Tabuk, and that'll be absolutely wonderful. Our allies are doing some sieging up here, and I'm planning on just kicking these guys out for gold and war reps. That should be fine. They actually have 2 provinces here. For some reason, I thought they were a 1-province nation. Interesting. Well, that's absolutely fine. I'm not terribly concerned about it. And we're currently making 1.79 ducats per month. Okay, sure. That's fine. So, do these guys have cannon? No, that's why they're sieging so slowly. Okay, that's fine. I'd love it if they'd come in and, like, siege Mosul. That would be ideal. Ooh, gaining half a point of corruption. That's an unfortunate event, but okay. So we could take a economic idea here. I think we're going to need the power for coring. So we're going to hold off on that. And we're still 9 years ahead of time. No, we're 7 years ahead of time. Okay, that's good to know. Pula gave us 21 gold. That's nice of them. So we're going to use that to build a workshop, for sure. And we'll turn that into a lot more than 21 gold. Wonderful. So this siege is finished. They're now sieging Mosul. I'd like them to grab these, but apparently they're not. Okay, now they're doing it. And they're flipping this over to us, too. So that looks perfect. I mean, they have no way to do anything with this territory, so that's not terribly surprising. We are losing money at this moment, and that's sad. Are we blockaded up here or something? No? I'm not sure why we're losing money right now, actually. I mean, we are reinforcing our troops. It's probably due to the attrition down here. That's a long ways around. Okay, let's just finish this up. We're at 28%. We should probably have spread these out, though. That's... we could still do it. What do we need here? 9? Okay. So we would move this out, and we would do... like that. That'll save us a lot of money. And you can see now we're back to being just barely positive, but positive nonetheless. So that looks good. Excellent. I want to check in on the status of the siege up here. It's at 7%. They haven't taken Sinjar yet for some reason. I don't know what that reason is, but the siege of Tabuk is now over, so we're going to go grab Al-Ula, and I'm wondering, does Shamar have any other territory over here? I don't think so. I think that's all of Shamar. Can we get away with taking all 3 of these provinces? We'll find out. That'll be interesting. But this we're definitely going to do ducats and war reps. We're just going to try to get our money back that way. We don't really have any designs on this right now. We'll get there, but we can't core it. So I would usually look to vassalize them in this situation, but we can't. Just waiting on our ally to finish up this siege. And we can move back to Jerusalem at this point. So that looks good. No longer taking attrition there. Okay, so war is over. We need to determine how we want to piece them out. So, as I was saying, I would normally do Palestinian vassal here. It's actually available. They are part of the HRE. That's interesting. It's available, but it would cost too much war score. So we can't do that. And we can't take any of their territory, can we? Actually, we can, surprisingly. It's a lot of aggressive expansion. I don't think I want to. I think all I want to do is I want to take war reps. I want to do this. We can do skier trade and call this good. We're just going to take financial gains from these guys. So we'll send that demand. Excellent. We'll need to ticket 1 day, actually a little longer because we need to get these guys back. So we don't need to be building a spy network here anymore. And there we go. We needed a diplomat back. So now what we need to do is we need to piece out Shamar. And this will be a separate piece. If we did this, who's angry? Syria and Medina. And they're not that angry. I don't think I care. So this is our full annexation, 55 ducats, and we get these 2 territories. Done. I want this. I think this is good. Okay, we'll need to ticket 2 more days. And now for this final one. So who's angry about this? Syria, Medina, and Aleppo. So Syria is very angry. Medina's pretty angry. And Aleppo, well, they'll get over it real quick. So that sounds great. We're going to take 50 gold. And we are going to take their territory. Wonderful. So we only got some of that gold, right? But that's absolutely understood. And at this point, yeah, this is irrelevant now. We can celebrate a festival. We may as well do that. And we should absolutely chill in this area. So I'm thinking about this fort. Do we want to keep this fort? It's actually a pretty good fort. because it basically turns this into a choke point. Zone of control means that it would be projecting zone of control here and here, and they would have to take the fort in order to come up from the Arabian Peninsula, or they'd have to go all the way around. So I think I'm just going to mothball the fort, and we should come up over here and mothball these as well. I forgot to do that. That should have happened at the beginning of that war, but that's fine. So we'll do that for the moment, and that seems good. So now, of course, we're going to need to core all of this, and that's very expensive. But we'll get that going. So that's absolutely fine. Now the question is, do we want to grab quality education? Or do we want to save up for the next Miltech? We've got 6 years. I think that's enough time. So we'll grab quality education for now and move towards getting zealous missionaries. That 1% missionary strength would actually be enormous for us. So we'd be delighted to get that. Now, we are allied with Amman, and we eventually want to vassalize them, but they're a free city, and there's not much we can do about that right now. So Lebanon is also a free city, right? They are very angry right now. Let's start working on allying all of the free cities, I think. So improve Lebanon's opinion of us. They are currently at minus 1,000 due to opinion, and I'm like, why? You're neutral. I guess they don't like the aggressive expansion, but whatever. It's fine. We'll get there. So what other free cities are they? We know there's Amman, we know there's Lebanon, and we know there's 7 free cities in total. So Al-Jaw. This is a free city. Right here. Okay. So they're currently angry right now as well. We'll start improving relations with them as well. I'm going to stop building this spy network. I don't actually think that's relevant, especially since we know that they're a free city. So that seems good. What else is there? Basra. So Basra is out over here. They would actually just become our ally. Seems good. So we now have too many diplomatic relations, and that's going to cost us a dip power every month. I don't care. That's absolutely fine. But if we wanted to ally all the free cities, that's going to be pretty expensive. So that's definitely noted. We'll just have to keep an eye on that and see where they are. So Spoleto up here. Is this a free city? No, but we're traced. Okay, so that's absolutely noted. There's Genoa up here, and I'm wondering if the HRE is still a Defender of the Faith. Yes. So they're still the Defender of the Faith. That's understood. There's Romagna up here. They're allied with England. So we basically are forced into looking at Salerno. Okay, this seems reasonably fine. If we were hypothetically to attack this, we don't have a CB right now, but if hypothetically we were to attack this, this looks pretty free, to be honest. So we should probably start working on a spy network down over here. But of course, we're going to be chilling for a little bit here. So that seems reasonably fine. We have too few rivals at this moment, and we should probably rival back Denmark. There we go. That seems fine. Perfect. So that is absolutely wonderful, and we can get more constructions going here if we wanted to. The question is, are any of them worthwhile? And the answer is right now, no. Although, they'll get there. They will definitely get there eventually. So that seems fine. And we're definitely getting these opinions up pretty nicely. We can actually set an agenda, and we should do this. So, stability of at least 1 for the rabbis. What I really want here is things that give us free development, but we're not getting any of that right now. I'm actually going to go for the proposal of the rabbis. I would like to get out of this stability hole. And we do have 203 admin power right now. So we could work towards this. We can't quite get all the way there, of course, but we can at least bring ourselves to -1, and we can see here, yeah, we've got some definite unrest going on. Particularly up here in Venice, there's a lot. Okay. I mean, we're going to need to convert that eventually. But Tabuk is the largest area, and that's deeply, deeply unsurprising. We could boost the autonomy. I'd rather not. I want to see where we're at here. This is independence for Etruria. That is... Okay, colonialism has spawned. That's fine. Etruria is, of course, up over here, and this is not very threatening at all. Venice is a long ways away, 8.5 years, so in that time, this unrest would drop by like 4, plus we're going to deal with our overextension, plus we're going to deal with our negative stability, plus we're going to have positive stability. I think we're probably fine. Probably fine. So we need 138 admin power in order to boost this up. We're currently gaining 13 per month. That's understood. And I'd love to get some structures building here. We can't build any manufactories yet. Colombian exchange from Portugal. Okay. Good for you, Portugal. And we can grab a dip tech. I don't want to do this yet. We'll continue stocking up our dip power, but we're going to want to do that fairly soon. I think we're going to have to pay the penalty there for being ahead of time, but that's not the end of the world. We don't have that much to spend our diplomatic power on right now, although we could be spending it on just increasing our production development. And we probably should do that, right? So if we sort by the cost and go to the places that are cheapest to develop, we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just keeping an eye on this. I think we'll want to keep around maybe like 500 just in case. So we can do something kind of like this. This is going to be quite a lot of extra development. So we'll do something like that. And with that, we can now check in here and see if that makes any of the... Okay, yeah, that definitely made some of these workshops worth building. We're going to build this one in Venice and this one in Pisa. So that seems great. We can also seize land, and the rabbis and merchant guilds are really close to their threshold. I'm going to do it. They might rebel. We'll see. They did. Okay, so particularists here and here. Understood. I'm going to unmothball this fort. These guys are going to walk up here. I didn't actually have them drilling, so that looks good. We're going to deal with these and then pivot down here and deal with these. There's not going to be any separatism because of the fort in Tabuk. Oh, that's actually local autonomy. Okay. We didn't get this capped in time, unfortunately. We didn't get here quite quickly enough, but that's fine. It's just 10 autonomy here. That'll go away. So that seems fine. It's pretty high unrest, but that's to be expected. This is, of course, going to be because of the seizure of estate land. That'll decay away. I'm not terribly concerned about that. I do want to boost up our stability to 0, so that will make a lot of this better. It's not, you know, great, but it's better. And this will automatically cap back due to the fort, so let's just walk back here and get drilling. As soon as the fort caps this, we can then mothball the fort and save the money. Beautiful. So that looks great. It is, at this point, time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are absolutely going to expand our Italian holdings. We'll see what that ends up looking like in terms of how much we can get. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge, STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.